Go ahead and get started here. Lori and Bertha, are y'all ready? Okay. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Chattanooga Beer Board meeting for January 16th, 2024.
25.
Okay, thank you. All meeting attendees must sign in the designated sheet. If you're going to be coming to the podium and speaking up on an issue, you need to sign in at the sign-in sheet. Please ask everybody to silence their electronic devices, turn them off or mute them, please, so as not to disrupt the meeting. And any individuals wishing to address the board must do so from the podium. And when you come, please state your name and please speak up. All righty. First item on our agenda is approval of the minutes of the January 2nd, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the January 2nd, 2025 meeting.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? There are none noted. Okay, Lori, if you'll swear in, please.
Anyone that's going to be speaking today needs to stand and be sworn at this time. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm? Are you an applicant?
Yes.
Okay, you need to stand and be sworn at this time, sir. Thank you. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
All righty. All righty. First item on our agenda is beer applications approved by regulatory. We have the Alpha Brown LLC as beer permit 1259 was approved. The Bargain Barn beer permit 1303 was approved. Fuentes LLC beer permit 1305 was approved. And that was it. Good morning. Are there any others to add?
No, sir, that's all.
Okay, all right. There are no temporary beer permit applications. So the next item is new beer permit application. And Bertha, I'll let you read that, please, ma'am.
Representing Flat Out Sim Racing LLC, doing business as Flat Out Sim Racing. Jerome Lee Frizzell II is making application to engage in the sale of consumer beer at 3902 Lee Highway. Mr. Frizzell has not had a beer permit for this location. The location is owned by MMSM LLC and is zoned C2.
They've met all requirements. The only thing that was being held up was legal this morning. I don't know if that's been approved or not just yet.
I approved it.
Then they have met all requirements and from us.
All right.
Is this you?
Yes.
Go ahead and come up here, sir.
Yeah.
They'll probably have a few questions for you.
All right.
Yeah. All right, good morning. If you'd state your name, please.
Jerome Preisel.
All right, Jerome. Before we get started, Flat Out Sim Racing, tell me about it.
So we are a sim racing lounge. So we have 6 full motion FIA certified sim racing machines that you can come in and rent time on.
Okay. So you get to choose your race?
Yeah. We have 140-ish cars and 150 tracks from around the world.
Do you? Do you do any F1? Do you have an F1?
We do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. Okay. All right. Any questions from any of the board members?
Is this an adult game room?
Yes. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure. Okay,
That's
cool.
great.
All right.
Where are you located there on Hickson Pike, 3902?
So we're right across from the Walmart neighborhood market.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All righty. Any questions from any board members?
Are you Jerry Preisel that grew Teresa Preisel's brother?
Yes.
Zach, actually, we grew up together.
Okay,
Good to
yeah,
see you,
yeah,
sir. I was
yeah.
very excited.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, well.
Good.
You're going to be serving food also?
Yes. Yeah. Prepackaged food.
What are your hours going to be?
Monday through Thursday, it's 12 to 9. Friday is 12 to 10. Saturday is 10 to 10. And Sunday is 1 to 8.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. Ron?
Tell me how you're gonna be dispensing this beer, who's gonna be doing it, and, is it self-serve? What is this?
Yeah, so we'll have a cooler right next to our reception desk. As of right now, it's just me as an employee, so I'll be serving everything. And then once we,
You'll be getting it out and handing it to them personally, or?
Yes, sir.
That way, okay,
correct.
thank you.
Any other questions?
Make a motion.
Well, we don't really need to make a motion, do we? Since it's been approved?
I mean, y'all can still approve it.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. All right, very good.
Just sign off
All
on it.
right, so is there a motion to approve the application?
Make a motion to approve application 1301.
All right. All right, is there a second?
Second?
All right, discussion to the motion? All right, if not, I will call the roll. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Good luck, I'm gonna come out and check it out.
Awesome, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Dan's gonna be there. Dan's gonna be there.
Oh, it's a dark game room.
Exciting for you.
I like that format. Okay. Next item on our agenda that, as published, we had a beer violation, but that is going to be the city has asked us to pass that till we get our hearing officer in place. So, since it is on our agenda, I guess we'll need a motion to pass this to, when do you want us to?
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay, so
The hearing officer, or tell me what that means.
the hearing officer will be the new person that they're going to hire that hears these cases. Remember, we've changed our law, so they'll be the person. They just don't have that person in place yet.
So this will go to them and not us?
It'll go to them, that's correct.
Okay.
Then the applicant can appeal back to us if they're not satisfied with the hearing officer. Okay, so is there a motion to pass?
I have a question on that. Does a hearing officer then give a sentence or a
Yes.
penalty?
Yes.
They're gonna do that?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. And then if the person that's been charged with the violation, if they don't agree with that, then they can appeal it back to us, or they can appeal it to Chancery Court. All right. Is there a motion to pass this to the February 6th meeting?
Well, let me question. So why are we passing it to the meeting and they're handling it anyway?
Well,
It shouldn't be on our agenda.
we're hoping that in between now and February 6th, they're gonna have the new person.
And if they don't, we just gonna pass it off again. Because the city has access to.
That's correct.
Pass it off.
Yeah, that's correct.
But it's gotta be heard when's it gotta be heard?
So, according to the new ordinances that were passed,
Okay.
violations have to be heard within 60 days. So this violation, I think he was cited mid-December,
Yeah,
if I'm
Sounds
being.
about
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So it has to be heard by mid-February.
so we
Under
have,
the ordinance.
whether we have a hearing officer or not.
So there's a time limit, once an instance happened, that 60 days, I take it or whatever, that it has to be heard from.
After they are cited. So, like, when an incident happens, they're not cited immediately. Sometimes they're not cited immediately. It might be a week later or after some investigation or whatever. Once that they're served with that citation, it has to be heard within 60 days.
Yeah.
Call the hearing officer that we.
So that's why we're gonna move it to the 6th, stay in that 60-day period. That's a good question, though, thank you. All right, is there a motion to move it to the February 6th meeting or pass it?
Is it 6 or 16? I'm sorry.
Move to
Oh, Ron, did you make a motion?
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
sorry.
6.
All right, we have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, discussion to the motion? All right, Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Yes. Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. All right, very good, thank y'all. All right. Let's get be the shortest meeting on record. Okay. Any discussion from any of the board members about anything in particular?
I just want to make one public statement, and maybe the city council will listen to it on YouTube or something, but the way these the hearing officers work in some other situations, like with demolition of a building, they have the hearing in front of the public officer, and the evidentiary findings in those hearings are final. So when an appeal happens, they can't come and argue different facts. Because I could see that becoming quite a cumbersome issue here if those facts aren't solidified at the public officer hearing. They're going to come here and argue a whole different set of facts. And I don't know if the ordinance speaks to that. I don't think it does now. But it might be something we maybe suggest to the city council to consider.
Well, the problem with that is according to the state statute, the beer board has the authority to make decisions on the violations, and it's not vested in anyone else. And we talked to MTAS about it, potentially about this hearing officer situation. So the structure we formatted, I think, fits within that statute. So there's a problem if a hearing officer is actually making the final determination instead of the beer board.
No, I know the beer board make the final determination. So like in the demolition setting, it could go to Chancery Court. It could get appealed to Chancery Court.
Right.
But in Chancery Court, the facts, it's kind of like an appeal when it goes to an appeals court anyway.
Right.
The facts
Right.
have been determined.
Right.
It's just something to think about. And maybe me as an individual could write the city council, but if
I mean, maybe it could be more of a procedural thing. I guess I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Catherine, it's my understanding, and I might be wrong on this, that once we have the hearing officer in place, then he will have his hearing and make his finding.
Right.
Then if they want to, they can come back to us, but our only option, what we're supposed to do is either sustain the action of the hearing officer or not.
Right.
Is that correct?
So you cannot override the hearing officer, is what I'm hearing you say.
Well, yeah.
No, that's not exactly true.
Yeah, we can.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So the hearing officer makes his determination or his findings. Technically, they're recommendations.
Right.
And then it comes before y'all to either sustain it or to say, we think something else should happen. And then from that determination, they can appeal to, Chancery.
So no matter what the hearing officers say in this case, it's going to come before us no matter what.
Right, because y'all have to sign off on
We
it.
have to sign off.
Okay. Got it. So, and we could say nothing should happen. The hearing, say hypothetically, the hearing officer says there should be a suspension of the beer permit for a period of time. We could say, no, we completely disagree with that. There should be no suspension. Or we could say, well, there should be actually harsher. Okay.
Yes,
So it really is just a recommendation.
right.
Okay.
But it's us, in that case, going against the hearing officer.
Well, not
If that's the case.
necessarily. It's not a you against them sort of.
Well, if we don't agree.
If you don't agree, then you don't agree. It's just a part of the process. Right. So,
It's like, I was thinking that the regulatory basically was the hearing officer, but
Still don't have the hearing officer. Okay. At least records aren't
Let me ask a
involved.
question there. Is it just one hearing officer?
well, the ordinance allows up to 5 to be appointed, so that there could be like a rotation. Like if one hearing officer hears it this time, it can go to the next one next time. So,
All right. Any other?
Yeah, and one thing I was thinking, I don't know if the public know, we're under the sunshine law.
Yeah.
I think at times maybe a summary, because when we're hearing a case, we're dialoguing, we're openly dialoguing our thoughts, which sometimes look like we're not together, if they know, public knows that we are governed by the sunshine law, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at times it just looks
No,
like
I
we're just
understand.
babbling,
No.
or we're going at it, or just trying to get it together.
Right.
And we
Come to a
have to,
consensus.
yeah, and we have to do that because of, we're governed by that law, if that makes sense.
Right,
We can't convene before the meeting. and
Correct.
right.
Come up with our decision.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and I think the public needs to know that we're governed by the sunshine law.
Morning, Zach.
Good morning, Jeff.
Want to address the board?
For a moment.
Yes, sir, please.
You don't know that word.
I resemble that remark. Good morning, everybody. I just want to take one moment, say good morning, and introduce our new Assistant Director to the LDO. She will be leading the zoning team. Darian Gilkinson is
Okay.
with us here.
Good, we're glad you're here.
Queen's here. She's pretty awesome. She came to us from the Regional Planning Agency. She worked with the RPA.
Okay, good.
For a little while. She has a wealth of knowledge, and she's going to be a perfect fit for us. So
Excellent.
I'll still be here to support, but you may see her pop in and out. She may take my place sometimes, but I just wanted to make sure you guys knew who she was.
Excellent, thank you, Zach.
So question. Thank you. She was here, what's her position again?
She's Assistant Director of the LDO. She'll lead zoning.
And you were
zoning
late
team.
coming in,
I'm sorry?
and you were late coming in today.
What, yeah, that's fair.
Happy New Year, buddy. We ain't texted, this year.
Because we're on record, I'm going to text you, Jada.
Yeah, I love you, brother.
Well,
I did text her and let her know I hit traffic.
well, we're very glad to have you supporting us. We really are, because there's a lot of times that issues through zoning and building, and we've got everybody sitting here and standing here, and there's nobody there to find out the information. So we appreciate that very much. Look forward to working with you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's Zach's building. She's zoning. Okay.
No, Zach zoning. Zach just helps you with building.
Oh, right, okay, sorry. Sorry.
Zach's just the fixer.
Right.
It's on his name.
Zach is the guy that has everybody's phone number. And they will answer his phone calls. That's the key thing. There we go. All right, any other discussion from the board? Anybody from the public that wishes to address the board? All right, if not, then is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank y'all very much.
19
Money in
minutes.
the meter.
20 minutes, yeah.